where they literally allow girls into the Boy, because I was like, we're losing our country. What, are they going to allow girls in the Boy Scouts now? And they allow girls in the Boy Scouts. It was not particularly at the transgender issue. If we want to talk about the transgender issue, there was another tweet on that nice flyer they put together. I called it Charlie Kirk's greatest hits. Where I said there are only two genders, which I do believe gender and sex are interrelated. I believe that if you want to choose a different gender, that's perfectly fine. Just stay within a binary construct. You can do that voluntarily. I don't believe forcing my values upon someone else, but this idea that there's 74 and counting genders, I think, is anti-scientific and kind of astonishingly stupid.
To my knowledge, the only neurological basis that there is, at least from the research that's been done, is that there's a neurological basis behind male to female and female to male, but there hasn't been really a lot suggesting that there's another type of brain type that's doing that. So
yeah, well, so I think what you're trying to say is, or at least give some light to the leftist argument that gender is a social construct, which I would completely and fundamentally disagree with. Gender is not a creation out of the social order that we live in.
Right.
I think gender and sex are intimately related. Even in cultures such as Sweden, where they try to have certain studies or certain fields become more gender equitable, for example, women, when voluntarily allowed to choose, end up going on a 30-to-1 basis more towards nursing or towards the healthcare services, and men on a 40-to-1 basis end up going more towards engineering or towards science, even when they try everything they possibly can to even out STEM fields. So there is differences between men and women, which I think we should appreciate. I think women are better than men at certain things. I think men are better than women in certain things.
Actually, I don't see this from a social perspective. I see it from a neurological perspective, because
what about the neurological perspective?
That basically, when people tend to identify as transgender, what that comes from is they call gender dysphoria.
Correct. It was considered a psychological.
Which has a neurological basis.
No, you're correct. I agree with you. So the American Association of Psychologists, whatever they call themselves, used to consider transgender a mental disease. They called it gender dysphoria. Just recently did they back away from that, but
yeah,
it was a widely accepted,
Anyway.
Yes, thank you.